Hello YouTube, welcome back to Plastic Instruments Monthly, your best source for news on the happenings of the Guitar Hero, Rock Band, and Clone Hero communities. I'm Conjae, and I'll be covering commentary for the PC accomplishments of this month, since February was so crazy this year. Let's not waste any time and get right into the custom song releases of the month.
Another month, another Plastic Instruments Monthly, and another round of customs. Matt Money here once again to deliver the news on what the composers of the CH community have been up to. We've got a calmer month in this regard for February, but don't let that discourage you from checking out the songs on offer. Firstly, Thinger Thing brought two new songs to the table this month with Untold Story and Thinger Thing's Expanse Ideas of Ineffable Qualities. Yes, that's really the song name. Untold Story's MIDI sound houses some fun chorded strumming sections, but overall has a lower difficulty than most of his other work. Ineffable Qualities, on the other hand, brings a more EDM-ish feel, along with tapping-oriented sections that definitely make it the harder song of the two. PunkyGH and Banana Freestyle came together to make Punky's Hell, a pretty straightforward challenge chart with consistent tapping and strumming patterns from start to end. Despite its short length of only a little over a minute, it still offers quite the challenge for those willing to dive in. Speaking of Banana Freestyle, they came through with Infinite Variants this month, a cinematic custom based on the Marvel character Kang the Conqueror's theme. An interesting blend of the orchestra with vocal samples and synth tones to be sure. We've got a newcomer this month with Nimble Newt and their song My Amusement. This 2.5-minute Sega Genesis chiptune track brings quite the unique vibe and offers a middle difficulty compared to the other songs this month. Still, don't get caught off guard by the tapping solos, which step up the difficulty between the calmer, riffing-heavy parts of the song. Not technically a new song this month, but something I thought was worth mentioning is Zeppy's cover of Abomination at the Beach by Preb. While the song's been out for a long time now, Zeppy only just got around to making the preview this last month, and the song sounds pretty great, so I'd recommend checking it out if you haven't yet. We talked about 3's Sync to the Deep World VGH last month, and now he's released a small but pretty substantial VGH pack of 5 songs. Line VGH, Isle Sharp Minor VGH, Crystal Corruption VGH, the aforementioned Sync to the Deep World VGH, and Kickback VGH await you should you choose to download and install the pack. Fair warning though, you're in room for one hell of a challenge if you do. Do you still need even more damn VGHs? How about more Undertale? Well, Black Pawn's got you covered with Here We Are VGH. It's your typical Black Pawn solo flair over the familiar backing of one of Undertale's creepiest tracks, with some fun glitchy sections thrown in there too for good measure.
Thank you, Matt. Anyways, I think you know what time it is. It's time to break down all the CH accomplishments and happenings from this month. Starting off, Ian flew over to California just to meet up with ya boy. He did some incredible stuff, including his Skyfracture 125% speed FC, and pulled off some amazing stuff on stream. He also got an incredible FC of You Suffer, but I don't really know where the screenshot for that FC went. Must be around here somewhere. Anyways, it was an incredible meetup, and Ian sucks at bowling, just to let you all know. Randy got some of his most ludicrous accomplishments this month, pulling off first ever FCs of both Angel Voices and Lawn Wake 1, both ludicrously tough charts by Jarvis. This is some of the most impressive technical gameplay our community has ever seen. Nice job, Fawn. Tenno started work on an Archwix Hell grind, getting a -23 at the start of this month. We look forward to seeing how this grind goes. Good luck, Tenno. Shoggy is closing in on an FC of Mega Wub Wub, pulling off a -6 run and beating Frif in a best of 3 Mega Wub Wub 1v1. I think I speak for everyone when I say that I'm excited for a new Wubber to join the club. Hope you get it soon, Shoggy. Speaking of Frif, they went on a small tear this month, getting first ever FCs of Patterns on the Planet Express 4, which was first try somehow, and to Hell and Back Weetar chart on 135% speed. As if that wasn't enough, they copped off the month with a solo 6 FC, making that the 6th FC after Leo's last month. I don't even know what to say. Another cracked month for the GOAT of Clone Hero. Simple. Lean got some more tech FCs of his own charts. Wow. Elixir's Inferno 125% speed and Lean's World 110% speed. He's also closing in on an FC of Lean's World on normal speed, which would be absolutely disgusting. So good luck to Lean on this grind. Berserk got an FC of Universes with a first place score of over 1.1 million points. A pretty sick accomplishment both for tappy skill and pathing. This is a personal note, but I really enjoy how clean this is. Amazing work, Berserk. JR Stink got an FC of Take a Bow 200% speed on keyboard. This one requires keyboard rake strumming, which, not gonna lie, is really funny to watch, but also really hurts my fingers to look at. Nice job though. Raven FC'd Aki's Hell 2 and got the first ever FC of Finish Line VGH, but also Tech FC'd Prevail in 2 parts. Still will never understand how he taps that high up. It does not look comfortable at all. Anyways, good work, Raven. Kattny got an FC of Infernal Tester, a brutal pattern practice chart by Colorix. If there's a tapping pattern you can think of, it's probably in this chart, and pretty fast as well. Very cool FC. Matref did a pretty interesting FC this month in the form of the orange chart of terminal 115% speed on precision mode. While it's not the so inhumane chart, precision mode technical strumming is a nightmare. This is just an absurd display of timing ability. DesertCH FC3's hell on 125% speed, a very nasty speed up of an already tough tapping transition and speed chart. Be sure to keep on the lookout for what Lizard uploads. He's an incredibly fast player with loads of potential in my opinion, so I'd recommend you keep an eye out. You know how Have To's Hell got absolutely dominated last month? Well, Ian decided he wanted the speed record for it, so he grinded for a 180% speed FC this month. Quacky also got an FC of the chart on 150% speed. Can't wait for someone to go for 200. I'm talking to you, JR Stank. Get on it. Edu showed off some crazy potential with what no effort sounds like this month, getting a 2 miss run on the unforced chart. In this run, he hit both the weird unforced green wall things and the outro burst, so he may pull this off soon. The unforced chart specifically hasn't been done since Shmooey faked it, so good luck on your grind, Edu. GoldenOp is currently working on a 3-part tech FC of Archwig's Hell, getting the first and toughest bit, Archwig's Fury, in a VC with the incredibly talented Leaf Green. Speaking of Leaf Green, I guess he really wanted to show off his talent because he went on a tear this month. He got the new speed world record for Monster Chill and Dark Caves of LOL No, getting 185% and 150% respectively. On top of that, he got universes on 125% speed. And if that wasn't enough, he also got the second ever FC of He, one of CTH3's tougher tapping charts. I gotta say, the talent here is pretty unmatched. Nice job, Leaf Green. Hodor got some pretty cool FCs this month too. Juice from CTH3, the S Hero chart of Spanish Fly on 115% speed, and no ghosting mode. We Three Kings All Strums, and Bedtime Story 130% speed. These are all really unique and interesting accomplishments, a very nice change of pace from the average Tappy FC. Amazing work. RobGH dropped a banger accomplishment this month in the form of a full setless FC of the Fall of Troy hero on 150% speed. Now that is 3 hours of extremely technical gameplay and an unholy display of skill and dedication. There's really only one thing you could say about this kind of thing. RJA, baby. Let's go. Staying with the technical gameplay for a second is an extremely satisfying tech FC of Water Elemental by Mechon. The gameplay really speaks for itself here. I mean, just look how beautiful this is. It's amazing. Lazy Pink got an FC of Fred's Epistle, a song by AkiGH that contains some neat sliding stuff as well as some difficult quints. A very nice FC. I'm loving the pink frets also. FYI GH Freak made a return to the game after getting a new Arduino guitar and FCing Lean's World on hard. Even on a lower difficulty, this chart is still stupid confusing and ridiculous. Amazing work. It's great to see him back on the game. Demand2413 got a one-handed FC of My Name is Jonas on 225% speed. It's always cool seeing people do one-hand only accomplishments with it being such a niche skill set in the modern day. Incredible work. For the long song enjoyers, Triss has you covered this month with an FC of CSC Mega Solo Medley 2. I have absolutely no idea how people play songs this long without losing their minds. Amazing work, Triss. BlackGH couldn't get out of sweeping duty this month, so he FC'd Francesco Ferreri's Solo Medley 2. Jokes aside though, this is a wild first ever. Amazing job, BlackGH. Alright, that's enough Clone Hero for now. But let's hop over to Steven to cover the incredible feats the console side has been getting as of recent. Take it away, you legend.
Hey everyone, Steven here. Back at it again to tell you how much of a fever dream the console scene was this month. So for starters, let's take a look at how many console first evers got claimed this month. First, we got a Working Man Vault Edition Drums FC on Rock Band 1 by a player known as Speedy Urchin. He's an absolute beast at rolls, and this song in particular has one of the most disgusting rolls to ever be played on Rock Band 1. Absolutely nasty. Next up, we got I Must Not Think Bad Thoughts on Rock Band 1 drums, which is even more crazy considering the outro of the song is incredibly awkward. And on this game's engine, you have to be seriously careful. Amazing first ever speed. Next first evers, we have Thrasher on guitar and bass, done on Rock Band 1 by me, which is a DLC that everybody would play on Rock Band 2 instead of Rock Band 1. So it's more of, it's done I guess. But both songs are pretty challenging. We have a pretty interesting one here. We have a first ever optimal score by Jild, getting optimal on Stockholm Syndrome DLC on Guitar Hero 3. This score is pretty crazy, all because of the 4th activation in the song, requiring a very impressive backend and an extremely nuts double squeeze. Jild also got a first place on another GH3 DLC called Tina, which has a pretty insane first activation, where you have to activate excruciatingly late just to barely hit that double squeeze. And that double squeeze in Tina is pretty interesting, all because the song's BPM is 130 to 128 BPM just for that activation, making this one of the lowest BPM double squeezes ever. Seeing Jill have to deliberately push the note so far back that you get both of those chords, netting an extra 800 points, is majorly impressive. These accomplishments are not free or easy to do. Even though the chart might be free, this score is definitely not. The next two first evers are really special, and that's because both of them are full band FCs. The first one on the list is East Jesus Nowhere on Green Day Rock Band. This one is extremely messed up because for guitar having 15 notes per second strumming for 35 seconds straight, 4 minutes into the song, and everyone having the FC at the same time is extremely impressive. This is insane. Extremely good work, guys. Holy shit. Next full band FC on the list is Green Grass and High Tides on Rock Band 1. And this was a full band FC I was actually a part of this time. 2 incredibly insane full band FCs in just a single month. What a time to be alive. The last first ever FC was an FC of Don't Go Away Mad on Rock Band 1. Done by me. This FC is essentially another Trogdor FC, where most of the song is piss easy, except for one part. This song was originally a Rock Band 2 DLC that works on Rock Band 1, but the strumming on Rock Band 1 is significantly more unfair than Rock Band 2 strumming, making this a pretty lucky first ever. Coming back around to Speedy Urchin with a Sinister Vengeance Tech FC on Rock Band 3 drums. This one has a really difficult roll intro at the start of the Tech FC, being one of the hardest drum DLC charts available to FC. Speed seriously is a god at rolls. Do you want to know who else is a god at this game? Nah, just kidding, it's Frank. Frank got the second ever of I'm Broken, which is a Rock Revolution DLC, where this chart in itself is broken, and the only way you can bypass it is through wicked calibration and offset fuckery. And the only way to hit them is double strumming the notes that are so close together that they'll actually register. The intro video to Frank's video is really funny, and it's very entertaining. Definitely check it out because it's an interesting accomplishment to see done again. Good job, Frank. We turn to Cyan, getting a GH2 full game FC on Xbox 360, minus the impossible one. You already know. But interesting enough, Cyan was originally going to do 6 and Miserloo on PS2 PAL, and decided out of nowhere to push for doing them both on Xbox 360, which is one of the worst strumming engines in the entire Guitar Hero series. Cyan finished the full game FC, with Beast and the Harlot being his 643rd FC in the series, then 6 being his 644th FC, and then Miserloo being his 645th FC, leaving 15 songs left to FC for the full series FC. Impressive stuff, Cyan. You proved not to be a bitch, and do it on the hardest version. Absolute Giga Chad. Speaking of GH2, did you hear Bad Account got the 3rd ever FC of Maximum Buckethead on GH2? This solo from GeForce is particularly very annoying on this engine, and it is very easy to ghost. Incredible stuff here, dude. Your methods are so pure. You know what else is pretty incredible? Seeing a Jordan FC with some of the most crazy lag imaginable. This FC was done by Madame Gasket, and it blows my mind how some people are comfortable playing like this. GH2 does not have a negative calibration, so calibrating it would only make it worse. The added delay makes this FC extremely mesmerizing to watch. Pretty sick stuff here. Going back to one of my favorite engines, did you know Rock Band 1 talkies are extremely broken? For those who don't know what talkies are those lyric things you sing. Talkies are those lyrics where you sing the notes. Talkies are those lyrics where you sing the words for the game to give you combos. But on Rock Band 1, being its first in development, they just barely work, having you to do some pretty insane things just to hit any of them. The cool thing is, an exploit was found by accident by Zero and Chris Body. By converting a practice chart to Rock Band 2 with Onyx, and then converting it back to Rock Band 1 with C3 tools, Chris tried to practice one way or another and gave it a run and FC'd it first try, and thought it was a complete fluke, until he tried it again and got it twice in a row. Something's up. Chris and Zero ended up testing more charts with this method, and the conversion process completely breaks the talkies and automatically FCs the song for you. What an interesting way to put on music and do fucking nothing while you get a free FC. But obviously this doesn't count, because it's still, well, cheating. But still cool nonetheless. I am almost done, but I still haven't even talked about Beverly 2 yet, my Chiasm FCs, the 2 other Chiasm 2D FCs, the 2 Greengrass and High Tide Solo 2E FCs on NTSC, and a Run Almost Past 2E on NTSC, my Zero on Rock Band 2, Oh my god, my lungs. So let's start off with Ben, because that's the most interesting story of this. GH boomers were going fucking nuts seeing Ben play again. And the reason is because he borrowed a PS2 guitar from one of his friends and he had a copy of GH3 PS2. He was working on Flames on and off, but decided to go for his first FC of the song, which has to be one of the most legendary FCs because not only is it 3rd ever on PS2, it's also first place on Score Hero and done by one of the most historical community figures this game will ever encounter. Seeing Ben come back and demolish these games makes me incredibly happy, because as a kid, I've always wanted to be him. Getting my mom to record family videos of me playing Guitar Hero, or even just playing on Expert. So seeing Ben come back, be a chill and awesome dude, and just all around beast at this game, made his Flames FC one of the most wholesome and legendary FCs this community's ever faced. Now we just gotta get JLC to come back. Next up on the list is Chiasm. So last month, a bunch of people played the hell out of this song on Rock Band 3, but I was mentally ill enough to torture myself through the grind. After 28 chokes past Solo 1 and 24 chokes past High Melody, I finally got a single run past Solo 2D and got the 3rd ever FC of Chiasm. But I wasn't done with Chiasm just yet. Before the Chiasm FC, I hit Solo 2D on normal speed 4 times in a row on Rock Band 3. Fucking gross. And then afterwards, I practiced the buff chart Lean made on 110 and got the FC on a stock controller, having my pull rate stay at 125 Hz, making the song a lot harder and more precise. Then after the Chiasm FC, I went fucking sicko mode and hit Solo 2D on 120% speed on Rock Band 3. The thing is, right, whenever you do an in-game speed up, the hit window will shrink, making this section a hell of a lot tighter than it originally is. That transition right there, literally 3 to 4 frames, if that. This is now the new speed record for Rock Band 3 for console. Pretty insane section, and I'm patting myself on the back for that. Last but not least, let's talk about the Greengrass stuff. So Greengrass and High Tides got even more love from 2 other players, both of them on NTSC, and Stock Hardware, FCing Solo 2E on Rock Band 1, and Zero almost got a run past 2E on Rock Band 2. Truly crazy the limits being pushed here, because that's an FC that hasn't been done on NTSC with Stock Hardware before. So good luck, Zero. I wish you the best of luck. And that's it for the console segment. What a crazy fucked up month. Shit was a goddamn fever dream, dude. GG, everyone.
Hey, I'm back. Take a look at all these wonderful montages that were released this month. I highly recommend you go and watch these. There's some crazy stuff in every single one of them. Anyways, that's the end of Plastic Instruments Monthly for February 2023. If you have any suggestions for next month's episode, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. It's been great being back on Plastic Instruments Monthly again, so I hope you all enjoyed. Have a day.